It's the Spotters Stand Live! Starring BSR Pockets, BSR Hot Rod, BSR Momo, BSR Joba, BSR Scar, BSR SR5, featuring Bubba J, Vince Conway, Trish Yeager, Bandit, Gear, Eddie D, Palmion, Eli, musical guest, BSR Mayhem, and your host, BSR Texan. Ladies and gentlemen, BSR Texan.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to another edition of the Spotter Stand. We just finished up racing at Vegas this last week. We have officially started the chase for all three of the Major Series, Cup Series, Xfinity, and the trucks, all in the chase now. We're in the final leg of the 2019 racing season, and it's going by so fast this year. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. These weeks are flying by. It seems like just a month or so ago, the season just started, and here we are already in the chase in all three series. So it's been a great week of racing. Las Vegas was pretty good. Usually is some great racing at Vegas, and this week was no exception. In the booth with us tonight, it's just the three of us. Hot Rod, myself, and Eddie D. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, Texan. How are you?
I am great.
I'm doing all right.
So Pockets probably still napping. I haven't been able to get a hold of him. I don't think Hot Rod's been able to get a hold of him either.
Nope, I called him, but no answer. So I knew he wasn't going to get up. So I figured I'd try though.
So we'll just have to make it through this show without our extra flavor that Pockets brings. He brings the color. The color commentary we get from BSR Pockets. We'll just have to make do without that tonight. But I think we'll be all right.
We'll just make Eddie. We'll just make Eddie do that.
Oh, nah, that ain't gonna happen. There, we're gonna lose that about
Oh, well, I tried.
Yeah, it's hard to replicate the personality of BSR Pockets. That's for sure. So. We'll get the show done tonight. We'll get it in here for you guys, and we'll give you all the updates on the points for all of the Chase series. Let's jump right into it. Wednesday night, the Truck Series ran at Vegas. This was race number 6 of the Truck Chase. So we're already 6 races in to the Chase in the Truck Series. The next few weeks will be off. We'll be running dirt for the next few weeks while the trucks take a short break, but 6 races in, only 4 races left to go. And this week in the trucks, it was the number 12, BSR Nuts, took the win at Vegas. I think that's the second, maybe third win for Nuts since he started racing with us here this season, but absolutely great job for that number 12 car at Las Vegas in the trucks. Pulling off the victory, getting a win in the chase. Not an easy thing to do. So, man, great job, Nuts. Awesome victory.
Yeah, great job, Nuts.
Let's take a look at our race results from Wednesday night's truck race.
Yes, good win, Nuts. Bandit second, Pockets was third, BSR Hot Rod was fourth, and Gear rounds out top 5.
Nuts led quite a few laps in that race, 26, the second most. So obviously he had a good truck. Led quite a few laps. Something Mayhem must have had some issues. Anybody recall what happened to Mayhem at the end? Because I see he led 49 laps in that race, so by far he led the majority, led the most laps, but ended up with an 8th place finish on Wednesday night. Anybody recall what happened to him?
Uh, I'm not sure. Did he have a late race incident? Maybe it sent him to the back, and then he couldn't get back up through. Maybe. I know he had damage because he was off base.
You know, I think that was part
Yeah,
of it.
he's saying he got damaged early.
Because I got wrecked there at the end, and I got kind of upset and went in and threw 80 tape on. And if you remember watching, I threw the 80 tape on and came flying up through there.
Oh, I remember. You passed me. I had 70 tape on at the end, and you passed me like it was nothing. And I was just waiting, hoping you could make a hole. Maybe I'd be able to follow you up through there. But you got up there a couple spots, and it just kind of closed up. It was too wide. There was nowhere else to go.
I was gonna go high, and gear slid up the track. So instead of hitting him because I had such a run, I tried to shoot down under him, thinking Pockets would gap him a little bit, and Pockets never got away from him enough to get up in between him and Pockets. So I kind of got boxed in.
Yeah, I know I got damaged early too on that one. To the point I didn't have a tailgate on my truck, so I didn't have any downforce on the back end, and for me, it kept getting too squirrely. That's why I just decided to call it a night when I did.
Well, it was, I believe Wednesday night was probably the toughest night out of all 3 of the nights. We did have several cautions in that Wednesday night race. I don't think we managed one single green flag pit stop. It was a tough night on Wednesday, that's for sure. But again, congratulations to Nuts. Great job on the win. Let's go over here and take a look at how the points stand 6 races in to this truck chase. Still, BSR Mayhem, even though the bad week here at Vegas, manages to hold an 11-point lead over BSR Momo, 12 points over Pockets. Nuts, with the victory, moves up 2 places to tie for 4th. Myself and Nuts both tied for 4th place, down by 26. And Hot Rod, you're right there behind us, down by 30. Gear down by 40. So
Yeah, I'm still kind of steaming about last week, so.
Yeah, it was a rough week for some of us. Not only did I not have the greatest race on Wednesday, I didn't even make it to Friday night's race. So I did get to watch most of it, though. But Mayhem doing a great job here, holding off the rest of the field with just 4 races to go. I know you're out there watching. You gotta feel at least a little bit good knowing you've got that 11-point cushion. 11 points isn't a whole lot. You can lose that in one race, but still, you have a little bit of room there to have another bad race and maybe still be in the lead. So, only 4 races left to go.
And the good part for Mayhem is there's only 4 races to go, 11-point lead. You got to be liking them kind of odds. I mean, like you said, one bad race and it could disappear. But knowing Mayhem, he gets pretty good with the rebounds, and it's still going to be tough for Momo and Pockets to make them points up on him.
Where is our next chase race when we do come back to the truck schedule? I know it's going to be a few weeks, but where is that race going to be? Actually,
we come back to the trucks. It is Talladega. Which is Pockets Porte
and
Momo. Oh, they're going to be tough. They'll be tough to beat there.
Yeah, so Mayhem's going to have his work cut out for him at Talladega. You're just going to have the best race you can and try to not lose. If you can pull off a top 5 at Talladega, not lose many points to these guys, you'll be doing all right there. What's the rest of the truck schedule look like? Talladega, and then what are the other 3?
Martinsville, then Phoenix and Homestead.
So I know Mayhem has probably got something for Martinsville. He likes the short tracks. He's pretty good at those.
I got a little something for Martinsville also.
Phoenix, Momo will probably run pretty well there. Pockets, I know, struggles at Phoenix. Pockets has a tough time with that track.
Pockets. Pockets has been running much better at Phoenix. He's been that's a track he's been working on pretty good, and yeah, the last couple times we've been there, he's been pretty good there.
User entered your channel.
Yeah, and that final race at Homestead.
That's a crapshoot race. That one.
Yep, that could go to just about anybody. I mean, there's going to be several people that are going to be running well at Homestead when we get there.
Yep.
And speaking of mayhem, there he is right there joining us in the booth, our Saturday Night Live spoof man himself, Mr. Music, Mr. Mayhem. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, man. I took a break here to kind of pop in. You're all talking about me. I figured I'd join the convo real quick. Yeah, that race was a little tough. If I may go back a second, I definitely got in an incident early. I don't remember whose fault it was. I'll just say it was my fault. I wrecked myself, and I had a lot of damage. And I put on a lot of tape, had a really high gear, and I was able to keep up in the draft. But once, I got to the back, there was no way to really move forward without any help. So I wound up back in 8th. But I gained 5 points in the championship. So however that happens, I'll take it. Talladega is going to be a crapshoot. Unfortunately, I just had, like you said, I got to finish well. I got to push someone to the win and be happy with that. And then, go to Martinsville and kick a little butt there. Phoenix, that's going to be iffy. And Homestead, man, and I got my mile and a half package good. I think I'm ready to kick some butt here and finally win this genuine trophy.
Well, Mayhem, I'll throw a little secret out there for you. I got a pretty fast bad setup for freaking Talladega, so hang on my bumper and we'll get there.
Yeah, anything to stay out of trouble, and I don't need to win that. I just need to finish in the top 3. Top 2 would be fantastic. That's all I'm looking for there.
Top 5. Top 5. That's all you need is a top 5, and you'll be pretty set, pretty good for the rest of this championship, I'm figuring.
Yeah, absolute 10-4, Larry, for sure. And in Texan, we if I remember the last race we had, I guess it was Daytona. We were the only 2 that actually had clean pit stops for most of that race. I'm pretty sure by like that 3rd green flag run or whatever, we were out there by ourselves.
Yep, so that's where it's going to be. If you can do well in the pits, you will be there for sure at the end. And then it's just how many guys are you racing when it comes down to that last lap, So
I'm going back to my old theory, Texan. I'm pitting by my goddamn self, because then the only person I can blame is me.
Yeah, you are one of the few who I've seen been able to pull that off. It's difficult when you go in by yourself, just because that lap when you come out, you have no draft. While those other cars that stayed on the track for that lap, they're all still drafting together, and their speed is so much faster. But I've seen you do it several times, go in and pit by yourself and still come out in the lead.
It's a little bit harder at Talladega because the track's it drives like it's longer. So the draft is more effect at Talladega than it is at Daytona. But I can still do it. It's tougher there than it is at Daytona. Daytona, it's a whole lot easier to pit by yourself and stay on that lead lap.
So where are we going to be headed tomorrow night in the dirt? I know tomorrow night we'll be dirt racing.
I do believe it's Weedsport, but I'm checking the schedule.
I think you're right.
Yep, it is Weedsport.
Weedsport. So is that one of the tracks that has a concrete wall on the inside?
I
Yes, it
believe
does.
so.
Well,
you
don't want to be on the outside of me coming up towards the last lap. I think you remember a few weeks ago it was that we were racing one of those tracks with the concrete wall on the inside, and we restarted with just a few laps to go. I believe I was in first, you were in second, and I managed to make some contact with that wall, slid up, pushed you up the track, and Eli slid under both of us and snuck through there for the win. So, man, I don't know what it is, this concrete wall on the left, I can't stay off of that thing any more than I can stay off the one on the right.
I already warned Eli. I had more than everybody else. I'm winning the rest of these dirt races from here to the end of the season.
Well, there's several of them left. If you do that, you got a chance to catch
It's
up
the
to
only
Eli.
shot. The only shot I got.
So let's move over right quick. Take a look at Thursday night. Now, Thursday night, the Cup Series also ran at Vegas. Not only was this the first race of the chase for the Cup Series, but it was also the last race of the 5150 Challenge. Now, I don't know, Mayhem, if you have been able to do the math yet and get the averages, but I can guess who's probably won that. If you haven't, have you been able to do that math yet and get the averages and let us know who won that 5150 challenge?
I can tell you that because of where we both were prior to the Las Vegas race, that I would have taken that championship for the 5150. And looking at the points, even the old school points that we weren't really using, I think I had taken it anyway, either way. So I don't feel so bad for the early misunderstanding in the points.
You
Yeah.
even you even have it with the new style point system too. So
Yeah,
Right, but what I
I
mean is,
knew
yeah,
that was gonna be the case, and really after that 19th place finish at
Atlanta.
knowing
yeah, that pretty much sealed your fate right there,
yeah,
Dixie.
Yeah, because my 16th place was at Vegas as well, and so when I think on Thursday night we had a winner of by the same name, so I'm pretty sure that helped my cause very much.
Yes, absolutely did, Mayhem. Absolutely.
yeah, being one of the tracks, I knew as soon as that race was over, knowing how this was working, taking the best finish from the tracks that we revisited. And Atlanta was not a track that we went back to, so that I had no opportunity to improve on that finish. I knew that was going to kill my average, and I had very little chance of getting that 5150 championship. So, congratulations on that 5150. Great job. You've been doing a great job all season. You raced great last season, and man, you missed, I think, two different championships by just a hair, just barely missed two different championships that you had the opportunity to win, and raced great last season. You've been racing great all season this year, and you got a good chance at maybe more than one championship again this season. I think you're going to be right up there in the Cup Series as well as in the trucks. So you're leading the trucks, 11-point lead, 4 races to go. You got a great chance there, and I think you got a chance at the Cup Series also.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment, especially coming from the guy who won all 3 last year. It for that 5150, I mean, I got to tell you, it feels real good to beat you in a championship. That was a goal of mine because it goes to show that I've improved. That's what I'm looking for. Working on setups, finding my comfort zone, and making that car fast, but loose, but drivable, but on the edge, and trying to improve each time. It's funny when you sit down at a track that you revisit, you go, wow, I ran this setup last time and I won. I can't even run a lap in it. So things change every time, you sit down and race, you learn more. And yeah, this season I'm looking at I'm looking for that truck championship for sure. If I can make something happen on Thursday night, that would be a pleasant surprise as well. But it's going to be a hard fought challenge for sure, especially with you in the lead there.
Well, I believe you made something happen this last Thursday night. We ran at Las Vegas, and it was the number 4 car, 5150 BSR Mayhem. Definitely made it happen in the first race of the chase for the Cup Series. Took the victory at Vegas. So you're right there. You're making it happen. You're maximizing some points, getting bonus points for leading laps. You got the win. So you're starting this Cup chase out on a good note there with a win at Vegas. Great job, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. There's going to be a bunch of tracks I'm looking forward to. Like you said, short tracks are my specialty. I love Martinsville. We got Richmond coming up. I'm so looking forward to Thursday night at Richmond. That's one of my favorites for sure. And with that, Martinsville and, any other mile and a half, that's going to be a good time for me for sure.
Yeah, Richmond coming up. That's another one of my favorite tracks. I like Richmond.
This week, baby, this week. I should be pretty good there too. I think I got a pretty good setup there. I think.
Let's take a look at these race results here from Thursday night's race at Vegas.
Yes, Mayhem with a great win. Momo second, Eddie D third, Pockets fourth, and Texan rounds out the top 5.
That's what I've been saying. Eddie D with the improvement every week, man. I love seeing that. From the guy who is laps down to finishing third, I find that freaking amazing. So great job, Eddie.
Thank you, Mayhem. I appreciate it. That one there was, that had some luck to do with it. There was a last lap accident, and fortunately, I was able to gather it up quick enough and get on the gas to bring it in on third on that one.
Well, sir, that's part of racing, is being able to have a little luck, a little skill, put it together, and wind up with a third place finish. So congratulations. It's awesome.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Eddie, I believe you have pulled off several top 5s in the last couple of weeks in several of the different series. Major improvement. You're definitely catching on, and you stuck with it. You're getting the practice in. I know you're going in ahead of the races and turning some laps at these tracks, getting some practice in. That's really what it takes, is the seat time, getting in there and learning the track, learning your lift points, your braking points if there are any brakes. And you've been putting in the time, and it's showing. Yeah, great job.
Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And speaking of no breaks, I'll be happy to push you to a win at Talladega if you keep me in second.
And Mayhem, looks like you definitely maximized the points on this race, because you led 84 laps in this race. Kept the rest of us down to just a few. Momo led 15. I led 1 lap, and I believe I had to stay out under caution to lead that. Bubba J led a couple, and SR5 led 5 of the laps. So 84 laps led, dominant car, maximized the points, 46 points, the best you could have done in one race. So it's got you right there. We'll go ahead and take a look at these points right quick now. Hot Rod has been, as you all know, been back to work. He's been really busy, and we haven't had an opportunity to add bonus points to these points just yet. So bonus points will be added in. So I have left the bonus points in for this week. We're going to take another look at the Cup bonus points as we look at these. This is basically your finishing order. If there were no bonus points involved, Mayhem took the top spot. Momo down by 4, Eddie D down by 6, Pockets down by 7, tied with myself also down by 7, and then another tie for 6 between Bubba J and Gear, both down by 9. Hot Rod 11 back, SR5 and Palmion with a tie, 12 back, and then Bandit 14 back. But if we go over and take a look at the bonus points, I'll flash it back and forth here so we can kind of add these together. I believe I had the lead in bonus points. So you see me currently down by 7 points there. Pockets down by 7, Momo down by 4. So if we go and take a look at what the bonus points were like.
I got your calculator here. If you call out the numbers, I'll give you the answers.
All right, so I had a total of.
Hold on. You got your calculator up? Give me a second.
I had 42 bonus points, and Momo, I believe, was in second with. What has he got there? Where is Momo? 54. Momo had 37. So that puts him
5 below you.
5 points below me. So basically.
Okay, well, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but all right.
Let's go back. Let's go back and take a look here. I'm going to just put this back up so it doesn't need to be perfect. So we can just have both of these next to each other here. If Momo is 5 points behind me, I'm currently 3 points behind him in the chase, and that would make me 2 points ahead of Momo.
Yes, sir.
Pockets, I believe, was next. He has 33 bonus points.
No, I'm ahead by 1 of Pockets.
Yes, you are. Okay, so you had 34. 34 and I have 42. That puts you 8 points behind me. So if I am 7 points behind you on these standings, and that puts
You're
me
one ahead.
puts me in the lead by 1 point over you, and Momo will be in third place, down by only 2 points. So that's going to be close there, top three. I currently will have the lead once bonus points are added in. Mayhem will be in second, down by 1. Momo will be in third, down by 2. And Pockets is currently tied with me, had 33. I was 9, so Pockets will be in fourth, down by 9. Hot Rod, where were you at? Because I bet you will end up in fifth place, more than likely.
I doubt that.
You had 28 bonus points. You were the next highest in bonus points. That puts you 14 points behind me. Currently, you're 4 points behind me, so you'll be back by 18. So it'll be myself. Momo will be in second, or I'm sorry, Mayhem will be in second, down by 1. Momo in third, down by 2. Pockets in fourth, down by 9. And Hot Rod will likely be in fifth, down by 18 points. And some of these other guys that are in here do have some bonus points. I mean, you see Gear only got 4 bonus points, so he's still going to be back a ways from where he is right now. SR5, Bandit, Eddie D. Eddie D, how many points did you get? You got 5 bonus points, so you're going to move back a little bit. But we got 9 races left to go in this chase. So a little bit of bad luck from some of these drivers up here at the top. Some of the new guys, some of the rookies have actually got a chance in this cup chase, having received a few bonus points before we went into it. So we'll get all these added in here before the end of this week, and the points will be updated. Bonus points will be in before we run Thursday night's race, more than likely. Thursday night we run at Richmond. So Thursday, a little bit of short track paperclip style racing. Turn 1 and 2 at Richmond, completely different than turn 3 and 4. It's just going to be loose. I know there's a lot of loose cars. Richmond can be tough. Richmond is one of those rhythm tracks. You got to get that rhythm down and keep in your rhythm. It's easy to get out of your rhythm at Richmond and have a series of bad laps there. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens this Thursday. We get to Richmond in the Cup Series.
Yeah, it's good to be able to load off the truck fast or somewhere close to where you need to be, where you get on there, practice laps, and find your times, or at least be able to keep up with the lap, the traffic in front of you in practice, so you know where you stand. Because that's one of those tracks where someone who's real fast can get away real quick.
Well, I've had a setback in setups. As you all know, I've had to recently reinstall my game, and all my setups, I've reverted back to my old Killa setups from 2017. Those are the most recent ones that I have. So, and I'm sharing those with all of you guys, anybody who wants them. So, I think I've got a good set. I think I'll be okay, but I don't think I'm going to be running away with anything, that's for sure. It's going to be some challenge. I know Momo runs pretty well at Richmond, and I'm pretty sure you'll be running pretty well too. So in second place, currently only 1 point back in the chase here. You got a good chance in this Cup Series. You can put together a few good races.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I'll be here for all of them, which is cool. Wednesday and Thursday for those races, I got my schedule set. Unfortunately, going to miss another Friday race, so I don't believe I'll be in the running for that. But I do enjoy coming in there, especially when we run the same track on Wednesday and try to improve or, win that race, sort of a test for next year.
So are you going to be able to race in the dirt with us tomorrow night?
95% yes.
Yeah, we'll be glad to see you there. We always have a lot of fun racing in the dirt and trying to get lucky and beat Hot Rod or Eli. Every once in a while, one of us gets lucky and does it.
Yeah, I go there to run third or worse because those guys are always fast. The foot doctor and the nurse, man, they definitely own those tracks.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. So let's go ahead and move on. We'll take a look at Friday night Xfinity Series. I think we actually had a pretty good race on Friday night, seeing as how they are the same CTS physics that we run on Wednesday. We still had a few cautions on Friday, but there weren't nearly as many as there were Wednesday night. Now this race, I didn't make it into the Friday night race, but I did make it. I got in the server a little bit late, was able to watch the majority of the race. I did stream it from the bird's eye view from the camera, and it was some pretty good racing in there. There's several times I saw side by side racing for multiple positions. There'd be too wide for third place, too wide for fifth place right behind them, and was some pretty good racing actually on Friday night. Friday night it was BSR Momo and that number 54 Monkey Devil machine, the Fireball car. I love that car, man. The Monkey Devil, as I like to call him on the side, that Fireball guy. I just like that. The orange, the way that orange looks on the side of that car, the way it's broken up and spotted like it is, it looks awesome on the track. It looks good in this render, looks great in this render, but out on the track, that's a great looking car. I love that car, and Momo doing a great job with it on Friday night, bringing home the victory at Vegas in the Xfinity Series.
It definitely was a great race. I was going to say that was definitely some of the best racing that we had all 3 nights at Vegas. Besides the cautions, the racing itself was great. And Momo's car is amazing. It's really awesome. I've never seen the back of it before, so it looks really good.
Never seen the back of it before. Well, you got to see the back of it a little bit on Friday night because
I certainly did.
He did take the victory. I believe that was chase race number 3 in the Xfinity Series. So 3 races now into the Xfinity Series chase, and we've got Big Vito joining us here. How you doing there, Vito?
What's up?
So let's go over and take a look at the race results from Friday night's Xfinity race.
Yes, ma'am. Momo with a good win. Mayhem second, Pockets third, Bandit fourth, and Bubba J rounds out top 5.
And Momo also leading the most laps. So that was 2 nights in a row at Vegas that the winner also led the most laps. So got the bonus point for that, maximizing the possible points they could get in one race. Momo bringing home 46 points, which is 4 points over second place, Mayhem, who brought home 42. Looks like you led quite a few laps in that race too, Mayhem. So I'm sure that you and Momo were having a go at it several times in that race at Vegas.
Yes, sir. It was great racing. I just couldn't figure out how to get my car to not be loose randomly through the middle off of the corner. All of a sudden, it just wants to spin around. But if I tightened it up, I couldn't turn the thing. So, no matter what I did, I have to, again, look into that. That's why I love those Friday and Wednesday races together. The same track, it was better than it was Wednesday, which is why I finished so poorly on Wednesday. But I got to iron that out a little bit. But the racing was great. Momo was fast. He definitely had more confidence putting it deep into the corners, and that's where I really couldn't keep up with him, especially on that last run, which is why he kicked my butt.
Yeah, part of it, being the same race Wednesday night and Friday night, you're able to gauge what everybody else has on Wednesday. You're able to gauge your own setup, what you may need to do, and how you can improve it, and you're able to make some changes for that Friday night race to maybe make it a little bit better. This week, though, on Wednesday night, I think there were just so many cautions. There weren't very many long runs. So you didn't really get that opportunity to run 25, 30 laps and really gauge how you measured up against the other cars in a long run. So it's tough to get to where you can make any changes really from Wednesday to Friday when you got that kind of a race on Wednesday night where you just don't get a lot of long green flag runs and the opportunity to really see what you got.
Very, very true. I know it may be psychological, but I can feel a little difference between Wednesday and Friday. I know the body shapes are different, so there's something different about it, a little bit, but the setups definitely transfer over pretty well.
Yes, some of the physics is changed. Even though they're CTS, the downforce physics or something like that's a little bit different, and they drive just a hair different.
Well, the size of the vehicles are obviously different, and
Oh
the
yeah.
way the game reads those pixels, it obviously changes things.
Well, I think when you make a mod, you have to put arrow numbers in and stuff like that into the mod to for the game to recognize the what it is. And I think the numbers are different between the truck and the car, which they should be, because like you said, the bodies are different. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys there. That I do notice a bit of a difference myself between the Wednesday and the Friday, but it's not a ton. So you can really, like we said, you can gauge what you have a little bit on Wednesday night versus Friday night. Really depending on the track as well. Some of the bigger tracks that a draft is really involved. Um, yeah, I think the setups change over. You're going to have almost the same race, but maybe on the smaller ones, like say Richmond, we don't run Richmond on Wednesday night, but uh, it would definitely feel different in the trucks versus the Xfinity at a track like Richmond.
oh yes,
Oh yeah.
absolutely. Just like it did on Wednesday to Friday. It was definitely different between them two tracks.
Well, being one of the new guys here and not driving all the tracks yet, what I have experienced so far, I've got to say Vegas is probably my favorite track so far.
Yeah, Vegas, especially that one that we run, the Vegas '06. That's a great track. It's got a little bit more grip than the game Vegas does, but it's not a ton of grip like some of these newer tracks are just really gripped up, and it races great. That Vegas '06 track, it you got an inside line, you can use the outside line as well, and that's a great track. It races really great. So let's take a look at our points here. 3 races into the Xfinity Chase. Currently, Momo holding the lead over BSR Pockets. Pockets in second, only 6 points back. 7 races left to go. Pockets, a real legitimate shot at bringing home a championship this season in this Xfinity Series. He is right there, 6 points behind Momo. All it's going to take is a little bit of trouble for Momo at Richmond even, and Pockets is right there in the lead. I'm in third, 18 points back. Mayhem and Hot Rod are tied currently for fourth place, down by 25. So 7 races left to go. Any one of us, I think, have got a chance at this. And Eli sitting there back by 44, and Gear by 47, Bandit by 49. Even still really have a legitimate chance with 7 races left. And it's good to see, some of these newer guys. If Gear had been here a little bit earlier in the season, I think he would be right up there. If he had gotten more bonus points, basically, in one of these segments, even just one of the segments. I mean, because Gear's been doing great. He's been having some great races. He would be right up there, probably in the top 5 right now, a lot closer to the lead. And there's one of these series that I'm not sure who it is, but I think I have seen one name in there twice. Hot Rod, you might want to take a look at that. It might be the Cup Series. Um, maybe the trucks, maybe the Cup Series, but I think somebody had a name issue and maybe changed the name, and one of their races is since it's under a different name, the points aren't calculated in. So you might want to take a look at that. I'm pretty sure it is the Thursday night where, and it's one of the newer guys here. I want to say it's Eddie D, but it may not be Eddie D. Maybe
It might be.
it's Chris.
It very well could be Eddie because we fixed his name. His name was Gray, and we made it so that it wasn't Gray no more. So that may have threw off his points. So yeah, I'll take a look at it and fix them.
Yeah, I remember seeing one of the nights, and I'm pretty sure it was Thursday, where you'll see a a name duplicated, where it's the same person, but their name is slightly different. So one of their races isn't counting in their total, which would actually, move them up a little bit.
Well, it's not the Thursday.
It's not Thursday.
No. Let's see the truck chase. Let's see trucks. Nuts. Oh,
For some reason,
it's
I'm
not.
thinking it was Chris Chaos. Like there's one in there that maybe his name is just C.
No, there's a K in here, but I
Just
don't know
C
who
is
that is.
Kirkwood. K or C is Kirkwood.
That's
Okay.
K. It would be Kirkwood. Yep, that's
Okay.
probably.
Well, and he went by the other name of Cockwood with a C too, I believe.
Yeah, but and that's only in here once too. So I don't.
That's probably what it was. I was just mistaken the C or the K. I thought maybe it was Chris Chaos, and maybe he had his name in there in just one race wrong. But it's probably my mistake right there. So
Yeah, because I don't see any. Yeah, I don't see any doubles anywhere. Killer. So we should be good. Should be good.
We're going to be moving into Richmond on Friday night as well. Thursday and Friday, Cup Series and Xfinity Series, both going to race at Richmond this week. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here at Richmond. I think Pockets is actually not terrible. He is not that bad. This may not be one of his favorite tracks, but I think he runs well enough that if Momo makes a mistake, it's a black flag in the pits, has an incident, that he may well be able to take the lead away come this Friday night at Richmond. I know I'm too far back at 18 points. I don't think I can. It's going to take a few races for me to be able to get up there. And as well as Momo runs at most of these tracks, making up more than a couple of points on him in any one race is not going to be easy. So even with 7 races left to go, it's not going to be that easy to get up there and gain that many points. You and Hot Rod are in about the same position there, 25 points back. It's going to take some mistakes or some incidents for Momo and Pockets for any of us to be able to get up there and gain on them, I think.
Well, on Friday night last year at Richmond, it was you and Momo pretty much. Pockets finished way back in the field.
Well, maybe he can change that this year at Richmond because I wouldn't mind seeing Pockets bring home a championship in something. It's been a while since Pockets has won a regular season championship. Now, I know he did win the AK championships, not this past off season, but the season before that. I think he took both of the AK series. I think he took the championship in both of those. So Pockets has got it in him. He's got to race and run like he wants to win it. And I think he's got it in him to be able to do it if he really wants to. So on Saturday night, we finished up, not this past week, but the week before, we finished up the Saturday night team series. So no more team series to report on this week. Original did win the championship. As we recall, we had a tie for the lead at the end of season 38 between Beer Bacon and Original. And Original ended up taking the victory on most wins. We had 3 wins versus Beer Bacon's 2. This last week we took off on Saturday. It's what we usually do in between team series seasons. Next week, this coming up Saturday, will also be an off week.
Yep.
It's going to be a fun run more than likely. And probably, I don't know if it'll be this week or next week, we'll be picking teams. If it's not this week, it probably will be next week that we'll be picking new teams.
Yes, the way I understand it, it will be next week, and it will still be Drunken Cow Jerky teams.
So do you
Yeah.
know? I guess
My work schedule, I still won't be able to.
You want to know what, Killer?
has Pockets been able to talk with Mark Heyman from Junkie Cow Jerky?
I don't know if they actually talked. I just know that he don't want to abandon Mark totally, with a possibility of him possibly coming back. Um, so, uh, and the flavors just work. I mean, it's just easy. The cars are already done. Even if we drop a flavor, you know what I mean? If we only need 5 teams and we drop a flavor, wouldn't be that big a deal. The flavors are already there.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They do work very well with this team series, and especially with the cars already being done, ready to go, and all cars got to go back through it.
Change the numbers, right? Yep.
That's right. Yeah. So that's about all we've got for you guys this week. It's been another great week of racing here at Bomb Squad Racing, and we are looking forward to another great week this coming up week. Tomorrow night, Weed Sport in the Dirt, late model series, and Thursday and Friday night we will be at Richmond. So looking forward to another great week of racing. As always, we'll be streaming these races, Pockets on Facebook and me right here on YouTube at my BSR Texan channel. And all you guys are welcome to tune in, take a look, and see what it's like to run these races live. We always have a lot of fun on TeamSpeak. Sometimes it may be more fun just listening to what's going on in TeamSpeak than it is watching the race. But I guarantee you this tomorrow night's race in the dirt, it's always exciting at these dirt tracks. You know, there's a lot of action going on, cars running close, running sideways. It's always an exciting race in the dirt. So looking forward
Yeah,
to go ahead.
on a dirt track, it's never sideways; it's always slideways.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and for everybody that's interested or wants to know, Eddie D, poll for last time we ran here was a 15.432.
That's a
That's
fast
what the poll
lap.
was for the race the last time we ran.
And who took that? Let me guess. The Foot Doctor.
No, somebody that no longer races here.
Oh, okay.
Used to be. It's the only admin that vacated the premises, and he also won the race.
Well, after watching some of the guys at practice today, I'm going to tell you right here and now, keep an eye on Gear because he's running real tight to that time.
Oh, I'm faster than that time. I couldn't qualify. I won the week before. I can maybe tell you my fastest lap. Maybe I can't either.
Well, with that, we are going to call it a night. We appreciate all you guys tuning in live, watching us here on the spotter stand. And we're hoping to see most of you on the track tomorrow night at Weed Sport in the dirt. And appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you, Eddie, Hot Rod, Mayhem, Vito. Appreciate you guys joining us here and helping out with the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Contribute too much.